You are watching Breaking Box Office here from Los Angeles on this Sunday morning, and we had a pretty slow weekend. No major title, really big film opening in the marketplace, but we did have something that doesn't occur very often. Only happened 3 times before. An anime movie is number one as Miyazaki's The Boy and the Heron ends up with $12.8 million. Again, just the third time we've had an anime film ever debut number one stateside, and the first time as original IP. So a very solid opening there as it looks to challenge Spider-Verse for the Oscar Best Animated Feature. The other big story of the weekend is Poor Things, even though I really dislike the film. You guys know that, right? It still had a very strong per theater average in New York, LA, 9 locations, $72,000. Very strong. You'd expect that, though, right? We see that happen so often. These cinephilic films open on the coast where you have all the cinephiles. So, of course, you're going to get big numbers, and that's what we had to report things. We'll see what happens as it expands slowly. Searchlight has that platform, and they'll get it to everyone, I believe, by Christmas. It's smart because word of mouth is going to go south fast when the average moviegoer sees that film outside of, again, those cinephiles. Other story this weekend is Wonka debuted overseas. Warner Brothers said, hey, we're going to do kind of what Universal does. Remember, they put Trolls out weeks ahead before it opened here stateside. They did that with Wonka. Ends up with $43.2 million. Strong debut, right? For an offshore release initially. We get it next weekend. We'll see how it does. Again, Christmas Corridor is so big, huge for every single film. You go back and you look at the Christmas Corridor and what we saw with a film like The Greatest Showman, opened at under 10 million, ends up doing crazy multiple because you have so many people out and they're just doing things over Christmas. They're not working. They got time off and they want to go see movies, and you end up getting something that will probably happen here with Wonka with a really strong multiple over that Christmas Corridor. How about the Hunger Games? I don't want to see another one. Like I've told you guys, I'm done. Well, moviegoers aren't done. It held again very strong, which is a signal that we're going to get another one of these because we're over 200 million worldwide on this film. 135 million here stateside alone, down only 34%. A lot of these films were down just fractionally because of the fact that we didn't have anything major in the marketplace open up. Look at Godzilla -1, down only 34% weekend to weekend. That's another hold that is stellar for that film. Trolls down 21%. Wish down only 31%. The film that took the biggest tumble was Beyonce's concert film, Renaissance, down 77%. Ouch. That is not getting it done like Taylor Swift did. We said this on the stream over a month ago. When this film comes out, it's not going to do anywhere near the numbers that Taylor Swift did. And I'm actually shocked it's this bad. It's only at $28 million here. That is not even, is that a fourth? A little over a fourth of what Taylor Swift debuted with. This film clearly missed the mark by a decade or so, right? Beyonce's just not the popular musical artist that she was back when. So they missed the mark. And then there's just Taylor Swift, you guys. We talk about it all the time. You can hate her, but at the end of the day, she is the biggest thing in music, and that's why she is the queen of pop music as these numbers continue to roll in for that film. Well over 100 plus million. What is it? $200 million, I believe, here, almost, if not stateside. That film is killing it. Beyonce, not so much. Napoleon is in 7th place, $53 million. Remember, $200 million film. I get it. Over 100 million worldwide. But the issue is that this is not just about the box office here. It's about Apple planting a flag theatrically. It's also about them trying to get some Oscars out of this and for Killers of the Flower Moon. I think Killers will do better than Napoleon, but both films will rack up nominations. You're going to see way more for Killers, but you will see some for Napoleon. That's the goal here for Apple, as they really want to plant that theatrical flag, and they did so with both those films. Waitress the Musical in 8th place. The Bleecker Street film, only $3 million, 2,600 per, not great. Animal in 9th, down 65%. And then The Shift is no Sound of Freedom. This is a faith-based film that was buried. This film is gone already at $8.5 million, nowhere near the success that we saw with The Sound of Freedom. Okay, so we have a slow week this weekend. Next weekend we get Wonka. Then comes the Christmas Corridor, and we get all kinds of Warner Brothers product because we got 3 films from Warner Brothers at the same time. You got Wonka, Color Purple, and you got Aquaman 2, all duking it out, all making substantial cash. I mean, I even think Aquaman 2 can do fairly well because, again, people are off. They're looking for things to do. They're curious. Let's go check it out. So they really control the Christmas Corridor. And then you have Migration, I think, a film that's going to do very well for Illumination/Universal. And we'll talk about those films over the next several weeks here on MMT tonight on The Big Show. Big topics. Can't wait to talk to you about all of the things. I've got a lot of things to discuss. By the way, today's Kit Columbus Crew, MLS champions, baby. Yes, sir. As I'll see you back here tonight, live from LA at about 8:30. Peace out.